Hey guys, it's Thomas here. I hope you're having a great day. And today I want to talk about domain names. And I want to show you a step by step process that I have come about and tweaked a little bit, which has helped me to identify some pretty interesting domain names, which I don't think I would be able to come up with otherwise. And this process is pretty simple. What's important is that it is free of charge. So all the tools that we are using are free for anyone out there to use online. And I am not a professional domain buyer or reseller, but as I'm sure many of you, I am working on a bunch of online projects, and of course, it never hurts to have a cool domain name under your belt. So the stack that we'll be using today is pretty simple. So we'll use Notion as our CRM to track our searches. Then we will use ChatGPT by OpenAI to help us kick around ideas, brainstorm, and generate the long list of domain names. Then we'll be using Namecheap bulk domain search. And lastly, we'll use any domain name appraisal tool that is available online of essentially your choosing. So that is the stack. And now let's get into the process itself. All right, so let's get into the process itself. So first of all, let's head to Notion, which I use simply as a spreadsheet or a simple CRM to track my domain portfolio and also funnel of considered domains that I come up with. But really, you can use any spreadsheet. Google spreadsheet will do. For example, I just like the way I can customize Notion for myself. But yeah, any spreadsheet will do the work here. Okay, so let's go to the GPT prompt, which I also keep in Notion. And this is really kind of like the key piece. So as you can see here, this is the baseline prompt that I came up with to instruct ChatGPT on how to look for the different domain names and how to kind of like brainstorm around them. So a couple of things here. I ask ChatGPT to generate a CSV file with domain names. With 100 domain names, I found this 100 domains to be the amount that ChatGPT can usually handle well. If you ask for more, it sometimes breaks apart. And I use the following criteria. So .com extension, of course, maximum total length of 10 characters. And this, of course, really depends. You can play around with this length. Then I instructed to think about several industries. So in this case, just as a showcase, it's technology and health and wellness. But this is really the place to kind of like explore different verticals and niches depending on what you're after. And lastly, there are a couple of more prompts to ensure that the domain names are unique, easy to remember, intelligible. So no random combinations of characters and letters, because this is what sometimes happens, that it comes up with just like super random strings. So this is the baseline prompt that I use and that we will use in this showcase. And by the way, if you're interested in this Notion template, or if you're interested in more prompts to generate interesting domain names, you can find the link in the description of this video where you can get both of these things. But moving on, so let's copy paste this exact prompt to ChatGPT window, which I have already done here. So as you can see, this is really one-to-one, just copy paste of what I've just described. And ChatGPT comes back with something like this, right? So it should output a CSV file that you can download. And by the way, in this showcase, what I'm using is ChatGPT 4.0, so the latest model. But I think it should work. It should work with basically any ChatGPT version that you will try this on. Okay, so we have the CSV file generated. I downloaded the file here, so let's see how it looks like. Um, yeah, and so here we have a very simple list of 81 domains for some reason. So sometimes it comes up with random numbers, so it didn't generate 100 but 81. But we'll take what we have. And when we have this long list, what I will do is that I will go to Namecheap bulk domain search, which is a pretty cool tool which helps you to check multiple domain names. You can also directly import CSV files. What I will just do here is to copy paste all these names that ChatGPT came up with, and we're interested in .com extension, of course. We'll just click generate, and what it comes up with is it's a quick check on all these names of the domains that we've came up with. And while we are waiting here, what I wanted to say is in this step is really the validation of how good the prompt is, or how good the focus, the niche, the length of the domain is. Because what you will end up with here is usually a couple of cases. So one case is that all the domains that you will paste will be registered or taken as premium domains, and that is when you know that you need to either relax the parameters, so increase the length of the domain, or think about different ways of how to introduce variants, because you want to, at the end of the day, come up with or identify domain names that are available. And the other extreme, or the other case, is when you will paste your results or outcome here, and you will find that all the domains are available for registration, and that tells you that, well, it's probably something wrong with my prompt, and that these domain names are probably not as valuable. So the ideal case where you want to get to here is to have a mix, right? To have premium domains in the list, to have a lot of registered domains in the list, because let's be honest, a lot of the .com domains are taken. But what you want to see here is most of the domains being taken or being premium, but having a few available domains for registration. So this is the case here, for example, where I see that there is a one domain that is available, welxen.com. It seems kind of okay. So the last thing that I will do is to do a quick check if this domain is potentially valuable. So let's head to, for example, there is a lot of this domain appraisal tools. There is one by GoDaddy here, but you can find a lot of them, and a lot of them will of course output different values. So I also suggest you use a couple of them, because using just one can introduce some bias. So let's try this one. And what GoDaddy says, the estimated value of this domain is around $1,400 US, which is not too bad. It's not amazing. It's not $1 million domain name, but it already shows me that there is some potential value there. So this is really the process in a box, really. And I hope it's been useful. I've used this to identify a couple of domain names. I would say that the top range I was able to come up with around, when I checked the value, is around $5,000. That's one domain I've been able to, or a couple of domains I've been able to find using this process. But if you think this is interesting, it's really actually kind of fun to play around with the prompting and trying to come up with things that nobody else has thought of, and it's like kind of like digging for gold a little bit, but it's actually quite a fun process. If you can spend 20 minutes on it, you can check thousands of domain names like this, so it's actually quite effective as well. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much for checking this out, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great one.